Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. So I'm out in my yard today. Finally got a day where the sun's shining and the wind's not too bad, and I bought something this winter and I want to get it set up, so I thought I'd bring you along. For those of you that are new to my channel, I garden here in Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm kind of in the more southern area of Saskatchewan, and we're a growing zone 3, kind of moving into a 4, but you never know, the weather's so changing these days. But what I purchased is a big grow bag essentially, and it's made like a raised bed. I believe it's 3 by 6 feet approximately, and it has these dividers in it with one central line. I don't know how well you can see it with the way the sun shines here, but there's one central line that goes the length, and then there's I think it's broken into, what is it, four sections on each side. And I think with those extra pieces of fabric, it should give it a little bit more support. And then it's, I think about, 20 to 30 centimeters, 8 to 12 inches deep. So I'm hoping to use this to grow some of my smaller crops this year, and I'd like to get some of my things like beets planted in here, which can go in pretty early in the season. So I want to get these set up, and I've just been waiting for some time to do it. I actually bought 2. I'm sitting on one right now that's all folded up still. I'll leave the link in the description down below. I always throw a few links down there to products that I use in the videos, or that I think that you might find helpful if I can find the link for it. So I've purchased a combination of composted manure, vermiculite, and peat moss, and I'm hoping to get that mixed up and put in here. That's what I used. I have some 8 by 4 raised beds over that direction. I don't think you can see them, and that's mostly what I have in these big pots behind me that I grow in as well. So it usually works pretty well for me, and then over the years I just add my own compost and extra composted manure if I need, leaf mold, that sort of thing. So the first thing to do is to try and get these set up. I'm hoping to get them set up kind of to the front edge of this gravel area here, and I haven't tried it yet. I've just kind of drawn it out, so hopefully the spacing works. I don't know if I have enough material to fill both of them, but I want to get one of them done today. So let's get that started and see how it works out. So just a quick look in case you couldn't quite see it there, but this is my garden space coming out from the house. So I have there's 8 of those large pots there. It's actually a large raised container there that I built this fall. I don't think you've seen that yet. And then I have to the other side there, I have the 4 by 8 foot beds, and there's actually couple of 2 by 8 foot beds up against the far fence. And then I have a little compost area, a little rhubarb patch. Rhubarb's just poking up, and some strawberries down from that in front of the shed. So it's a good sized space that I have here, but I would just like to add just a little bit more growing room. So I'm gonna see if these beds will work out for me. So I've got this one kind of laid out, and I'm gonna pull it forward. I'm hoping to kind of space them out because I have little stepping stones there leading into the potted area. So I'm hoping to kind of space them out to leave a walkway between the pots and these containers, and still room to walk through that way. These feel pretty sturdy. They have double line of stitching. Like, I haven't used this brand or this style before, but the bottom might be a bit thinner. I think it's actually doubled up on the sides and the ends here. So be interesting. So I think that should work laid out there. So let's see. I'll kind of back you up again. So if I have that one over there, and then I put another one over here, I'm not going to lay that one out yet because I don't know if I have enough material to fill both of them yet. So we'll get this one over here done. We'll see what's left. I'm going to try and mix some things up here. Okay, so I got this mixed up. What I did is I have a 3.8 cubic foot bag of compressed peat moss. So I used not quite a quarter of it, and I used one bag. It says it's 15 kilograms of composted manure. It's a combination of steer and sheep manure, and then about half a bag of vermiculite, and this is 20 liters. So got it mostly stirred up here, and we'll see how far this gets me in one of those bags. That's about a quarter of the materials I have here, so that'll give me a good idea of how far I'm going to get with this project today. Let's see if we can get this filled up. Thinking once I get a little bit in here, it'll get easier to fill. Once you get some kind of in here, it'll kind of stay open. But I'm not even sure this will get a quarter of this bag full. So these hold a lot. It's hard to, I tried to kind of figure it out. That's what I have for today. I was hoping to get one of these bags filled, but I won't even get one bag filled all the way with the materials I have here. So I'm going to continue mixing up materials and getting them put in the holes here. And hopefully I can get a couple of these filled to the top so I can start planting this week or next week, I guess. It's supposed to warm up then, but I'll keep working on this and I'll bring you back when I run out of materials. Okay, so there it is all filled up. I would say it's probably 16 to 18 cubic feet of material that you need to fill this up. Just a little note is these little dividing pieces, they aren't attached at the bottom of the planter box bed thing. So the soil and moisture and things can easily move between the areas. I mean, the moisture would go through these anyways. I'm really hoping this area right in front of these pots here tends to, if we get heavy rains or in the spring when the snow melts, this area here is where a lot of the water runs through my yard. So I'm hoping that these will be able to wick some of that up to get them nice and wet. But they're pretty full right now, and I think I'm happy with how full most of these are, especially once they get wet. I find the peat moss kind of plumps up a little bit. This is what it looks like when it comes shipped to you. It's just really folded up nice and small, and it's very lightweight. So I think they're a good option. Probably, we'll see how it works out for me over the season. I haven't grown it yet, but so far it's looking like it feels really sturdy. You wouldn't be able to drag this around or anything. It has so much soil in it. I'm sure the bottom would rip out even if you could hook up machinery and pull it or something. But it would be a good thing if, I'm not sure how many years I'm going to be in this space. As our lives change here. So I'm not sure. So I didn't want to be building a lot of more permanent structures because there's already a pretty good sized garden that's fairly permanent over there, and the next owners might not want this much garden space. This was originally our kids' playground. So I thought this was something you could empty it out realistically, pack it up and move it with you if you wanted to. So I'm going to give it a try this year. I'll get the other ones set up when I get some more materials and try that out. So, hey Buster. Hey Bus. So like I said, it's peat moss. It's Canadian peat moss here. I think that's a better alternative in my part of the world than coco coir. I just think with the shipping the coco coir, this far versus just getting the peat moss from the peat bogs here in Canada, which are as sustainably mined as they can be, or harvested, I guess, not mined. I think that's a better option here. And there's some perlite in this peat moss. That's not necessarily something I was looking for. It's just how this particular mix was. And then I added vermiculite. Now some people are a little bit nervous about vermiculite and perlite, and they think it causes cancer and things. And there was issues with one of them, I can't remember, many years ago, but that's no longer an issue with where they're mined and how they're done now. So it's not something you need to be concerned about. They are dusty. If it's, you might want to be wearing a mask or something when you're working with any of this stuff, really. And then I have composted manure. Again, can be controversial. I've used all sorts of brands around here. I've never had an issue with it here. I don't know if it depends on farming practices in different parts of the world, but it's so far never been an issue for me. The peat moss that I purchased came from PV Mart, and the vermiculite and compost came from Home Hardware, or I think True Value is another name for that company. So if you're looking for those products and not sure where to get them, those are local stores to me, and I always say shop local if you can find things local. And then these I just got from Amazon. That's where I could find them. There was other styles that didn't have these cross pieces in them, but I thought the cross pieces would give it more support. Buster, get off, get down, Buzz. Ouch. Get down. Hey, Buster. Sit. Okay, stay. So, yeah, these are these garden beds. I don't know how interesting this was, but I had seen Dale Calder when he had picked them up, he had shown them, and he's setting them up in a greenhouse. So I'll put a link to his channel down below. And I thought they looked like an interesting product that I'd like to try here. So I picked some up and I'm going to give them a go. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I get planted in these in another video. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Buzz, are you needing some pets? Are you needing some pets? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. You needing some pets there? You have a dirty nose. You're digging in the mud. Weren't you? You were digging in the mud. Okay, let's get this mess cleaned up. Do you know how to clean up, Buster?